Oh, I'm off camera. Good evening. Welcome back to the Mancunian Way. My name is Martin. I'm your host. We are back. Apologies for being away for a bit and a bit of a rest. Dealt with some family stuff. But yeah, come back at the right time, clearly. Welcome to another episode of Stateside Blues. Kelsey, Danny, Ryjack, how are you all?
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm okay. I'm not thrilled with the last two games we've had, but happy to be on the channel as always.
Yeah. Veta,
probably not sleeping very well right now these days.
Right?
Not much sleep as well.
Pre-Thanksgiving haircut, so that's why he's not with us.
We got the turkeys on the stream instead.
That's why he's not with mate. He's not passed away. Just say he's not with us anymore.
Oh.
Anyway,
no, so he's not with us. Not with us today. He's just got a Thanksgiving haircut. But anyway, Harry, big up, mate. Yes, then we're back. Course, hit the likes usual, the stream, all the socials. It does help. Get your cues on the comments for the guys. I'm going to speak about certain aspects. Some fans, some shit on Twitter is fucking minging. The bedwetters are out today. The bedwetters are out. There's some frustration. There's Savio frustration, like I said, many others have said, but fucking pathetic scumming behaviour. I'll explain this if you ask. I know I've seen the threats and the scummy comments that have come to his way.
Have you seen the petition, Martin?
No. Oh, go on, but is that a new?
We've
got a
petition? Oh my god! Who started it? Did Hamza start it?
Some fan account who was created in June 2023. So no coincidence there.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Cade, sell Rico, buyback, sell with a buyback, sell Bob with a buyback, sell Savio with no buyback, get right back because Cush had more centre back, plus Savio's going down the Eddie Road. Yeah, it's almost like death threats and everything's a good thing to do now. Adam Quinn, yesterday we weren't good enough. Spot on, we move and we go again Saturday and we're big win against Leeds up the Blues. Everybody, Martin hasn't got an agenda against Nico G anymore. His new agenda is again the academy players. I'm going to tell you as I say it, and I'll tell you what Pep probably thinks as well, because some have played their career out of Manchester City last night. Big up Adam Quinn with the emojis. This is on Pep. However, the players, the B team, should be able to get a win against Leverkusen. I'm going to kick back on that a little bit because I don't think people realise what Leverkusen run of form was going in. I know Danny will, because Danny watches European football. But this thing of Leverkusen were like Leeds United last night is a bit of a disrespect. Take a look at results and take a look at the league, please, people. Hi, good evening to Martin and the American Blues out there. Hope you guys are doing great. For me, this was far more on the players than Pep. He was giving the B team a chance and didn't take it. Please remember to give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, etc. Big up, Mingy Wong. Get your questions in. Yes, everyone smash those likes. Yeah, thank you for the Samaritans. Some need that at the minute. Some seriously need that Samaritan line at the minute. Seriously. They need to go and have 5 minutes, have a chat. Jesus Christ.
Just drink instead.
Governor, big up, mate. Don't forget, Blues Down Under will be back next week. They had a week off because Pat and Rich were working. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. How many changes to the panel tonight? Yes, Harry. Right, let's get into it. A couple of quick things before we do. Roberto, a member for 5 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate that for your continued support. And with the $4.99, how we let this Arsenal mutant cancerous disease of a club. Wow. Rise to contention is beyond me. These past 4 windows were suicide for this. Okay, don't agree a lot with what you said there,
we got y'all on one of those windows. Relax.
We will beat Leeds. I agree with Alan. Pep was a tool. He said it on Amazon show. Well, everyone wants Pep sat now. Right, let's get into it. City 0, Leverkusen 2. Many changes. Who wants to go before I? Sure, show. I'm going to keep quiet at the moment.
I think Kelk should go.
Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
Right,
I'll be scrutinizing.
Well, I saw that lineup and I thought I wasn't sure if I was watching the Brentford Carabao Cup game or a Champions League game. That was not on my bingo card. I figured Tijani would start. I figured Savinho would start, and I figured John Stones would start because they have started all the Champions League games. No problem. And then I figured Marmoush would start too, because he needs game time. Give Doku a rest because Marmoush is about to leave for a couple of weeks, so give Doku a night off. He's earned it. He's been so outstanding. He's earned a little bit of a rest. But then I figured the rest of the spine would be there. So when I saw that lineup, I just didn't know what happened, and I did not get it at all. I don't know, Pep. What Pep was.
I'm just going to start that comment.
Going to give us some insight. But,
it
was a disaster to watch. I've watched a little bit of Leverkusen this season, not a whole lot.
Well, they're on a run of 5 out of 6 wins, and they've gone up to 3rd in the Bundesliga. They won 5 out of the last 6, scoring a lot of goals.
I was definitely warned about Grimaldo, and of course, Grimaldo was the one. I also had bad thoughts going to the game because of that sudden Buffon regen named Mark Flecken, who just turns into the best keeper of all time against Man City for some odd reason. So I didn't have so especially when I saw the lineup and knew he was in net, I was like, yeah, this is not going to be good. And it wasn't. It was boring to watch. It was difficult. Like, just the basics weren't even going right. It just, I don't know. It almost felt like we were set up to fail, and I wasn't really surprised when we did. So it's disappointing in that aspect. I didn't pay as close. I was working during the game, so I wasn't paying as close attention as probably some other people were. But yeah, just disappointing. I expect a lot more effort, a lot more fight. I expect some more mentality from some of those players, like John Stones, Nathan Ake. You guys are the veterans of the team. Lead the team. There could have been a little bit more leadership. And at the end of the game, Nico Gonzalez looked absolutely exhausted. It reminded me of how Rodri looked at the end of the 4-peat season, where he just, sunken face, eyes are all pale, skin's pale and all that stuff. He looked awful. So he's already he's finding out what Rodri had to go through for 3 straight years of just playing every single game. And even though he got 2 weeks off, maybe his fitness levels aren't quite there yet. I'm not sure, but I can't really think of any outstanding performers. I don't think anyone can really be proud of that performance.
No, I mean, I saw the lineup and I chose to be glass half full. I sort of thought to myself, all right, some of these players can stake a claim and sort of prove why they should be in the lineup on Saturday, why the formula should change in the long term, but no one did themselves proud, and I mean no one. So the whole thing about singling out Savinho, call out Savinho, is, for me, slightly misdirected anger when no one on that pitch did anything right pretty much for most of the 90. we had pretty much no attacking impetus till about 75 minutes in. We had
See what I like, Danny.
some very, very confusing pressing structure that's been different to how we've been doing it all season. We were pressing in this weird 4-2-4 with Reinders and Rico Lewis leading it. And I just didn't know what we were doing. We were thoroughly outplayed on the day, in my opinion, for most of the game. And at the end of the day, the setup was confusing and the lineup selection was disrespectful to Leverkusen, and they took good advantage of it. So fair play to them.
Also to the fans who paid a lot of money to go to that game. Because I heard tickets were going for 60 quid. And to see that, oof, not cool.
It's 2 losses, and Kane's already
Kane
already wants Pep gone.
I'm not going to go into that.
Clearly didn't watch Company today.
I've got to be careful with this because I'm in a group chat with City groups that, yeah, we won't go into the crowd last night. It wasn't the usual crowd.
Well, I mean,
there's anger all over the place at the minute, which is some of it I can't
Savinia's
share.
taking all the hits, and I mean, I'm not going to say Savinia showered himself in glory, but he was not the problem yesterday. You know, I don't know why he's taking all the pelters, and it's unfair.
Exactly.
He was poor, but
guys, remember, it's just a football game. It's not that serious. It's just football. We're supposed to be
I'm going to
entertained.
start that one from Jarvis as well. I think Jarvis has hit the nail on there.
I'm not defending Savio like I was a month ago, but again, he was not the biggest problem yesterday.
No, he was poor.
He's a scapegoat, and again, you know, some people in this chat are probably in relationships. They'll break up with their girlfriend and blame that on Savio. So that's just how the way of the world is.
Wow.
I mean, I maybe have a bit different take. I would say I was actually excited when I saw the lineup. Maybe I underrated Leverkusen. I saw they were further down in the Champions League table. I know they're third in the Bundesliga, but that's probably where I would roughly expect them to be. And I thought, all right, 10 changes. That's kind of not what we typically see. But a lot of these players have not gotten game time, and I'm excited to see what they can do. And I mean, it was one of the most frustrating games I've ever watched, to be honest. I understand the Savio noise and whatnot because he's polarizing and people don't like that, the move in the summer didn't happen or did happen, whatever. People don't like that maybe City shut that down. You have Oscar Bob on the right, who everybody knows I'm a big Oscar Bob guy, and I thought he wasn't very good. Marmouche sitting them by himself. I was like, he's not getting the ball. I mean, he's not doing much of anything. I thought Reinders was horrible yesterday. Rico in midfield is so poor. It's so confusing. Nathan Ake and Stones didn't seem to be great. So I get the frustration and the annoyance. And I mean, I am slightly there as well, but the grand scheme of things as well, we're 9th after 5 games or whatever it is. This is the B team. If we have a settled 11,
be careful, Rajat. You'll get attacked if you go down the road. You're about to go down.
That's fine. I'm fine getting. People can say whatever they want. Nothing hits me. I get called Yankee Boy on every video I put out. It is what it is.
Ooh, what an insult.
I know. It is crazy to say, but
below the belt.
If these squad players, they had their chance. They didn't take it. That's how it goes. I mean, that's why we have January coming up. Maybe half of that 11 is gone and we get new players. I don't care. It makes no difference to me whatsoever. If whichever player is at the club, I just want to see the club do well. I want to see us win games and look competitive. So I give freedom to Hugo to do whatever he feels like doing. The ruthlessness that people always talk about, go for it. I'm with it. So I just don't want to see a performance like that ever again. I was on the moon yesterday. I was on the moon. And it's not just Savinho. You guys are right. It was everybody. Everybody was awful the whole first half. Everybody was awful. So
by the way, my face isn't it you? My face is at this.
It's it's almost as if we're 2 months.
That guy started the petition on Savinho, didn't he?
Do you know what's bugging me at the minute? I heard this earlier. Fans walked out on 60 minutes and they should do. Turn your TV off. I heard I'm going to watch Chelsea.
Yeah. And that's
I heard that minute 10. My person who then came
and
back in
people
the
are gonna
second half of
go,
the watch
"Oh,
along.
you're
People
happy
can't make their
clapping.
minds up.
You're happy clapping. You're this, that, and the other." What you're telling me is, unless we're winning 4-0, that's when you'll support the team. That's what you're telling me with these comments.
People get
You'll
impatient
only
if we haven't
support
scored
when we're
after 10
winning.
minutes.
And I'm
dude,
sorry,
10
I'm not
minutes,
even.
chill out.
That's not even me being happy clappy or anything. Do you think a Charlton Athletic fan walks out after 10 minutes? And I know everyone's going to go, we're Manchester City. And I know what's coming my way now. Maybe it's me growing up with football different, but you never turn your back on your team, whether you're good or bad. What you're all telling me is if City got done with 1-1-5 and we got relegated down to League Two, some of you will go somewhere else, is what you're telling me.
But Martin, I'm 20 years younger than you, and I agree with what you say. So I don't really.
No, it's not even about. No, I'm just about from my experience. But you know what I mean? Because Danny, you know what I mean. But it's like it's not even a I'm local, you're abroad. But when you choose your club, you choose your club.
Yeah,
Good, bad, and indifferent. I get we were shit. I get Pep messed up. 1000%. I'm with you. I'm on the train. Sabinho was shit. Bob was shit. Rico was shit. We'll go through it all. But this, I turned the TV off. I went and watched another game.
Yeah, that's madness.
Have I missed something? Have I missed something in 2025?
But again, I'm not excusing the performance at all, but it's almost as if we're 2 months into a rebuild. I'm not trying to excuse. I'm not trying to excuse the performance, but
here we go, Danny. This is not like I wanted to do this.
No, but I said this. I said this several times on this show. It's a rebuild, not a re-treble or a re-Centurions. But everyone misunderstands the meaning of the word. I even tweeted it out last night. There's been several teams who have had to rebuild over the past even 10, 15 years. You know, you watch Serie A, Juventus dominated the 2010s because Milan and Inter took 10 years to rebuild, and now they're only just back getting to an acceptable level for them. Barcelona were a laughing stock for 3 years, a couple of years ago. Now they're very good, barring yesterday. Arsenal are, in my opinion, the best. Arsenal, in my opinion, are the best team in the world right now. They've been building for close to a decade now, since Wenger left. So, again, I'm not saying we should all expect this to take 10 years, but to expect everything to be solved in 2 months is ridiculous expectations.
Danny, I do think people maybe are a little extra frustrated because they thought we were closer than maybe we are based on the first couple of months of the season. Like these back-to-back I mean, maybe a little less Newcastle game, but it felt like the momentum was building and we're pushing for trophies. And then yesterday is as bad as it is. And it's like, maybe we got ahead of ourselves a bit. I think maybe that's where the frustration comes in, where like maybe if someone doesn't think we're as good as we are, maybe that's your take on it. And it's like, well, this is how it goes. This is what a rebuild is, where some of the fans thought we had maybe gone a little bit past that already.
But Ryjack, I'm sorry to come in, but congrats as always.
And there's the line. I was waiting for this. We're Manchester City.
Can I answer a comment? Something you say these aren't the players. Well, they might not be. Again, how many of these current Arsenal players were there when Wenger got sacked or when Wenger stepped down? It's a totally different team. This might not be the team that takes us back to where we want to be. Again, it's the point of a rebuild.
I think we have players too. They just didn't play last night. I mean, some of them came on in the second half, but like we've seen the formula and it works. And Pep decided to not use that last night.
Well, I just like I was gonna say now it was talking to that point, Kel. So it was just saying like I think maybe we're taking yesterday and trying to use it as our season when it actually isn't. You know, the team has done a really good job for where we're at right now. And I know people are frustrated by yesterday, but yesterday game does not define the season for us. And we do have players in this team. They maybe not be good enough, but that's every team has players that are not good enough. It's going to come down to the players that are good enough and how they perform on a consistent basis. And I think we have enough players to push in a lot of these trophies. Right? That's not saying Arsenal is a great team. They are. They like Danny said, they've been building for 6 years now. You think they would be one of the best teams in the world. But that shouldn't take away from what we're trying to do and where we can go for ourselves.
I think if we start the team we started at Newcastle, I think the result's different. I'm not saying we win, but I don't think we lose.
Okay. I'm going to
That's
say
how good I
my-
think
my
our
bit.
spine is. I
I'm
think
gonna
our
say
spine
my
is
bit.
has the potential to be world class.
Let's
And
go
a lot
back
of those players are.
3 weeks ago. Let's go back. Let's even go back to Liverpool. Everyone was flying. Everyone was happy. We were back, this, that, and the other. And yes, we've come off 2 defeats. The Newcastle one was hard, but again, I don't think it's not that easy, Cade, by the way, mate. The Newcastle one, I don't think we played bad. I think we just didn't take our chances in both boxes. But we had enough chances to finish that game. Yesterday was a shit show from start to finish. Not deny it, Pep chose the wrong team. I don't mind changes, but personally, I'll be honest with you, I think he made too many changes. I got a message at 3 p.m. yesterday of where that team was going to be. And I asked, well, what's that about? And then I go back to Jack Gordon's tweet piece in the Daily Mail. Was it 2 weeks ago? Because now you've got to think of timeline here as you go in. And I'm not making excuses. I'm trying to think where the club are looking at it. Not saying it's right or it's wrong. I've said for a few weeks on the shows, we have 26 players. And for us to buy, we need to sell. And I don't mean one player. We have to sell 3, 4, potential 5. Right? So to bring anybody in now, you've got to sell 3 or 4 out. The problem is this season, Pep has not really experimented from the start of the season like he normally has. He's generally been playing the same 11 with the odd tweak here and there from when Donnarumma came in. So, Hugo Viana wants to get moving. It is right. They want a winger. They want a right back. They want a midfielder. The problem is there are players who have been knocking on Pep's door for a very, very long time. Why am I not playing? Why am I getting 5 minutes? I can't show what I've got unless I get the chance to do it. So, simple fact is, I think Pep last night, whether it's right or wrong, went, all right, let's see what you can do. Because the Carabao Cup game that everyone will come to the Carabao Cup game. It's not till the 17th of December. City need to have irons in fires well before the 17th of December for January. There are clubs who have already moved on Semenyo now. They're already in the negotiations of it. City can't do any negotiating because right now they can't sell anyone. So I think whether he's probably wrong in hindsight, I think he gave him a chance. And what shows it me was the first chance he got to make subs at half time, 2 players got whipped very, very quickly. And what were the 2 players who got whipped very, very quickly? It was Rico Lewis and
Ryan Idori, no? Didn't he get hooked?
It was 3, actually.
Yeah, Ain't Nori as well. But Ain't
Who was
Nori's
that?
not going to be sold. The point main is Ain't Nori's not going to be sold in January.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Rico Lewis and Oscar Bob are the 2 that have rotated the most, even sitting at home. If you remember, Rico Lewis last week was dropped from Newcastle for tactical reasons. That's a nice way of saying squad's full, you're at home, mate. And Oscar Bob a couple of weeks ago had a couple of games where he was sat at home. So Pep's gone, right, here we go. Yeah, it's probably not great with Real Madrid coming up, but when does he do it? Fulham? No, that's now a must win because of the way Arsenal are playing. Fulham on Tuesday? No, that's a must win. So you need strongest 11 for that. Sunderland at home? You need your strongest 11 for that. So I think Pep's probably looked at, whether it's right or wrong, this is what I think. I think he's looked at the lot of averages and thought, we need 2 wins to qualify in the top 8. Bodo, Glint and Galatasaray at home. We'll take those 2 as the 2 wins. Now, What it does do, though, is now put massive pressure on those games that they are now must wins and you won't dick around. I don't think Pep is going to dick around anymore with that. Because from my understanding, I got a message earlier, some are now done. Some do not have futures moving forward.
I mean,
I know you're
January.
going to say, everyone's going to go about Rico Lewis. I'm just going to fill people in on Rico Lewis. Manchester City did not reject the bid from Forest. Rico Lewis rejected the bid from Forest. Rico Lewis did not want to leave. I have said this 1,000 times, you cannot force players out the door. They told him at the time, well, you may get, and Pep said this, if you remember, go back to, was it August, September? I have told players they will get limited game time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone can remember that. He did make that quote to them. He said, I've told you, I've got a big squad. You're going to be struggling for game time. They were willing to let Rico go. They gave him a contract extension, as they called it. If you look, it was a 12-month extension and a few extra pounds on for sticking around. Keep him motivated. Just because you sign a contract does not mean you can't be sold. Oscar Bob was offered a loan out of the club. Oscar Bob turned that down. Because again, he wanted to fight for his place. Nathan Ake was offered to go out. He wanted to fight. But he's now been told by his World Cup manager, you're not playing, you're not coming to the World Cup. So that's where we're at. But I do think some of them have played. Pep wants to make changes. Viana wants to make changes. They can't do it until they've sold people. How do you know if they're ready unless you chuck them in? My thing is, it was probably too many all at once. But again, you chuck Oscar Bob in or Rico Lewis in at Fulham away and we get beat, we all know who everyone's going to blame.
Yeah, Savinho.
They'll all go back to Savinho, Rico,
He'll be on
and
the
Oscar
bench
Bob
the whole
or
game.
whoever
He'll
wins.
still get blamed.
No, but that's what I mean. So this is the problem. Pep can't play that same 11 for 70 games. I wish he could. I'm going to say something else. Rodri's not fit. Can we stop doing this Rodri for Leeds bollocks? Where's that come from? Rodri's not fit. Don't be expecting Rodri back anytime soon, guys. Pep's told you this. Out for a while. I don't know where people want to go with one of these. So, and then all this on Savinho. Yeah, Savinho was crap last night. Hamza, you can say played Rodri or he won't. What do you do? Play him injured. That's how you get him more injured, what we did earlier on in the season. We overplayed him, we got re-injured.
He'll get injured. It'll be why did Pep risk Rodri?
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. So you can't... What do you do? I think the problem is the club are not probably communicating enough to some people. Maybe if Pep came out and went, listen, he's injured, guys. He's not even on the bench, if you notice, Rodri, at the minute.
Is it a new injury? Do we just not know?
No one knows.
Yeah, I do wish the clubs would be more forthright with injuries.
The biggest thing came on it is when everyone halted on the contract extension, and it was he has to prove his fitness. Listen, I hear all the stuff, and I get it, but when I don't listen, Pep was at fault, I agree, but when I don't actually lay the fault all at Pep Guardiola was, he did bring on all the big boys quite early on.
I think it was just too late. Even though it was like 45 minutes
time,
left, nobody got into a rhythm. Oh,
come on. You're telling me 145 minutes is not rhythm?
I mean, I would say he made a wrong choice with taking off Bob instead of Savinho. That's my personal take. I thought Savinho was the worst player on the pitch for us, and I thought Bob was not good. I don't think he was good, but
Savinho trapped back more than Bob. But Bob looked like he was chasing shadows last night, right?
I thought Bob was...
And it was his own...
Both of them looked scared.
I also think it's a confidence thing with Bob, which I hate the confidence thing. Like, you play for City. How I don't get this. Like, how are you not confident? You're one of the 7 best clubs in the world. But I don't understand how Bob is like third on the pecking order, which I have come to the realization he's definitely like bottom tier of the pecking order for Pep, which is why I've more come to the conclusion that, all right, he's probably going to be loaned or whatever happens, sold with a buyback. I get it. But me watching, I don't get how that is the realization people come to. And maybe that's part of the Savinho thing, why people just despise this guy for some reason, because they see similarly to me. But I certainly wouldn't have taken off Bob. I'd have taken off Savinho. And
okay, I'm going to ask you, what do you think Bob was doing that was dangerous?
whenever Bob gets the ball, I feel like he has more ability to create something than Savinho does.
Okay, Rajat, right? What did he? You say he has the talent. What did he show? What did he do?
He didn't have a good game. I'm not
Yeah.
arguing he played well or anything like that. But in the first maybe 15, 20 minutes, he's got the ball in that right wing, kind of at the L of the goalie box, whatever. And I just feel like he can easily get by his man. He's sending it across. He's attempting things. They didn't create anything, but I believe that he has the ability more than I believe Savinho has the ability on like eye test. I just don't get it with Savinho. I don't get what he's good at.
I don't get this. Why is he still included in our squad? Because what do you do? Farm him out to the reserves? Can't force a player out the door, guys. I don't know what you think. Maybe he just didn't fancy Forest. Get James McAtee. He left to go to Forest.
Yeah.
He's sitting on their bench now.
McAtee, yeah, he's on their bench. He's not doing
Jamal
much.
Simpson.
So is
Let's go
Zinchenko. He's
go
not
to
doing much
Celtic.
either.
Doesn't play. What? Echeverria doesn't play. Now wants to go back to River Plate. It's what it is. People have got to. I mean, for me, I'll be honest with you. I disagree. I thought, and this is not. I think Oscar Bob's struggling at the minute. If I was Oscar Bob, I'd have took the loan. I'd have took the loan.
Oh, and Oscar Bob still has fans. I know a Newcastle fan who says, yes, we'll take him on loan.
I wouldn't sell
He
Bob.
wants Oscar Bob.
I wouldn't sell Bob. I'd probably loan him for a season. Go and get some Premier League experience.
But I'd be fine with that as well. I think Bob has the potential to become an actual good City player, and I just don't see it with Savinho at the moment.
Yeah, I disagree with this. The game was over by then. At half time, we brought on Phil Foden, O'Reilly, and who was the other one? Dockham.
Yeah.
Are you telling me with that 11 we had, we couldn't have done something in that game?
We didn't, though.
I mean, we didn't.
No, that's
create
what I'm saying.
enough-
I don't fully put it on Pep. Some of that was
If
on the
you-
players last night. Omar Mamouche, by the way, he's also one who's ummed about his minutes. Where was he last night?
He
By the
was
way,
making
I'm
runs and
good
nobody
ball
was getting
last
him the
I
ball.
was gonna say, yeah. To be fair, having watched some of his like moments back, he was making some runs.
No, listen, I'm not. But
Nobody got him the ball.
I'm with you,
Again,
Dan. No one
again,
played
I
well.
was-
Erling
I
Haaland
was
got him the
I
ball.
was promised goals if Marmoush played. I did not get goals with Marmoush on the pitch, so I am a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not. By the way, I am only talking on last night's game. I'm not talking about what happened 2 years ago or what happened 22 games ago. I'm talking about last night's game. Yeah, there wasn't anyone on that team. Trafford, don't know why he played. That was a sympathetic pick.
Blew my mind. I was just like, what are we doing here?
I'm
think
sorry.
Donnarumma might have. I'm not saying he would have saved those chances. He would have put more effort in, though.
And I know Danielle in the chat will kill me for this. Why is Kushinov suddenly stopped challenging? Before international break, he'd have rifled through that winger. Last night, he just watched him go past him and went by.
I thought he was all right, close enough. But
Why didn't he get a shot at center back? I didn't understand that.
Don't know.
Yeah, well, because again, because
I think Ake and Stone's too slow. The two of them combined, injuries have taken.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
bad.
I think Ake's past it. Hence why I think he's probably else who needs to go. Listen, I'm not defending it. For me, I mean, people said Cherky played well when he came on. I don't think Cherky played well when he came on, if I'm honest with you.
I thought he was better than what was before him. I don't know that he was amazing, but the XG on the game, I know people don't love XG all the time, but we actually dominated XG. It was 1.78 to 0.51. Like, their chances weren't great. Our chances were, we had multiple
Reinders had a great chance.
Yeah.
Reinders had a great chance. And Reinders, for some reason, can't put a ball in the back of the net to save his life right now.
I would say he's another one I'm concerned about.
So about the first goal. Because Stones had his man covered, mate.
Well, the first goal was because Nuri was desperately out of position, and the left-hand side was completely chalked then.
I'd love to know what Kuchenov's done in this fan base to get the statue already. Jesus.
No, it's not a statue. I just think he was the pick of a very bad bunch at the back. I actually thought he was all right, but
I respectfully disagree.
I thought he was like a 6 out of 10, but the other was like a 3 or 4. I'm not saying he was amazing.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe a 5 out of 10 for me.
Again, I'm only judging it on last night's game.
I also think the second goal.
That's your opinion. I don't agree.
I also think the second goal stemmed from Gonzalez overcommitting quite a bit, and then they had us outnumbered. The ball in was very good. The header was decent as well. But again,
see, it's weird because now I've said players are bad. No one's going, well, they weren't that bad, and they weren't that bad. 2 hours ago, everyone was saying we were all shit, and now everyone's not that bad.
Someone I chat with a lot has he described it perfect. It's our friend Spartacus. He told me he said Nico G reverted to 8 Nico G instead of 6 Nico G. I thought that was appropriate. So shout out Spartacus.
Whatever player I mention, everyone switches back now and goes the opposite way. That's what I'm starting to notice. If I'd have said Cherky was great, then I said he's shit.
So I thought he was fine.
Okay.
Not
great,
lively
but
10 minutes or so.
Right, Wolf Gamer, stop trying to dictate on the things. I can say what I'm allowed to. It's called freedom of speech, mate. But no, listen, we were poor and Leverkusen deserved it. But I don't think you'll see that ever again. I think at Leeds on Saturday, it'll go right back to full 11 again. And I'm sorry, I think some because I think now you know who needs to go in January. I think you do. Now, I know people are going to say, well, what about Reinders?
For Saturday, weren't we?
I'm not going to jump onto Reinders. My issue with Reinders is he doesn't suit the system we're playing at the minute. And then the other thing that came up, because I want to grab your opinion on this, and maybe it's the coaching me that comes out of this. But I hear all this, why didn't we play transition football? Well, Leverkusen weren't exactly begging to play possession football on us. They were playing a flat back 10 and they were getting us through transition.
Well, yeah.
So we can't both go through transition. Otherwise, that ball just stays in the midfield and no one touches it because no one wants it. Someone has to take possession of the ball.
That would have been funny to watch.
This is what I mean. I love this one. But we went to tiki-taka. Yeah, because Leverkusen didn't want the ball. So what do we do?
Well, we've been playing better without the ball, so maybe we should just force them to have it.
Well, they were playing a flat back 10.
Well, see what okay, back 10. See what you're going to do with it, because we've been playing better with less of the ball. That's how we beat Bournemouth. That's how we beat Liverpool. That's how we almost got a win at the Emirates.
And I'm going to ask Alan, who's told you that? I'm just genuinely intrigued who's told you that.
Alan rang me while I was at the supermarket last night. I got some crazy looks, you know.
Oh, yeah. The amount of times he called Pepper, see you next Tuesday.
No, I called him. I was like, hello? He's like, Pepper's a twat. I'm like, you can say hello first, mate.
Wow, you're on a phone call basis with Alan.
I know.
Your friend.
Never called me.
I had a different story from another friend, Alan, which I'll tell you later. Beyond belief, he's all full of grown man, not 23. So, yeah, I get it. I get why people are frustrated. But, so what's the answer then? Is it Pep out? Because that's generally the question that everyone's now come to.
It's not Pep out, it's just don't do that again.
Nobody wants Bob, Rico, and all them anymore. So what is the answer now?
Well, Viana does his job, moves them on, and brings in better players, and you go again. Pep has found a system that works. There's a reason why we're doing so well before the break. We beat Dortmund, we beat Liverpool, we beat Bournemouth, we beat a lot of those kind of teams. And it's because Pep did find something that worked. He just went away from it after the break. I don't know why, but Pep does this a lot. He'll find something that works, and then he'll, like last season when we were all whining about Jack Grealish, he had a great game against Forest in the midfield, and we never saw it again. Just because I guess he had a bad time at the Juventus game or whatever. But Pep has figured it out.
That was behind the scenes stuff, Kels. I think
it's a
that
matter
came
of
out.
Pep being consistent with it now.
Yeah, I think Jack Grealish has some behind the scenes stuff that came out.
I think I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Pep needs to change his tactics. That's all. So okay, we turn to a transition team. What do we do when we play a team with possession? Sorry, you don't want possession.
Stalemate.
Yeah, we gotta have two different. Yeah, we gotta have two different styles of play, man. I mean, I think that's the growing pain we're going to have this season. That's the growing pain. What do we do with possession? Because a lot of these players aren't built for possession.
Exactly, because our recruitment has been for a while. Post treble, it was all transition players. Mateus Nunes, Mateo Kovacic. These kind of players are Jeremy Doku, Savinho, Marmouche. These are all transition players. Erling Haaland's great in transition. Phil Foden is great in transition. So like that, you have a good core with that. But then he keeps wanting to play the possession ball, and we have hardly any of those players left. Like Bernardo's still here, but Bernardo has dropped off considerably. He's just not the same Bernardo as he was. And that's normal. That's not me slighting him. That happens when you get older as a player and as a professional athlete. Your skill set declines. Tijani Reinders is built for possession. Ryan Cherky is much better in possession. So we started buying some more of them. So it's going to be finding the balance between the two of them, because you're going to need those possession guys in some games, but you're going to need the transition guys in the other. And finding that is, there's been some growing pains already. I think we found the transition team. We got to find the possession team.
And for what it's worth, Viana has shown that he will participate in this January window. So assuming we can figure out who needs to go and actually get those deals sorted out, I'm not thinking he's afraid to go buy some big names or good players. I know people don't like it when people say big names, but I mean proven players that are not, no project players. I know people don't like that either, but I'm assuming we are able to go and buy players who can improve the squad in the ways that Pep and Hugo view that. That's at least one positive to take from it.
See, people keep saying
Alan's
this.
comment in the chat about Pep doesn't want to do transition. Well, Pep has a lot of transition players based on what Tiki bought in. Viana didn't bring a lot of these players in that are all transition players, so you might as well use them to the best of their abilities.
But we have played transition.
Yes, we have, and we've been successful with it. That's how we Bournemouth, Dortmund, and Liverpool.
No. But that's why I was talking about different keys for different locks. You can't play transition against everyone because some teams don't want the ball.
Yeah.
When we play
so
Brentford,
we have to figure out how to play the possession ball. That's the next key in the season.
Yeah, we've got to figure it out how we mix the both. I don't think there is one answer fits all.
It's probably
it's
rare.
Also changing it within the course of the game too.
Swansea away, Swansea don't want to play possession-based football because their players are not good enough to do it. So then we have to go into possession-based because they low block. It's what we've got to figure out is how we do it against the low block teams. That's what we've got to figure out because not every single team is going to come to the Etihad and do what Liverpool, Dortmund, etc. have done. Because we all said against Bournemouth, the reason we got through with Bournemouth because they played the high line and was trying to attack us. We said the same thing with Liverpool. Leverkusen didn't come to the Etihad and do that. At one stage, they had some players in their own box.
You got to get Ryan Cherky up to speed as quickly as possible because he played in a lot of low block games last season for Lyon. A lot of them. So
Danny, how would you
he's probably our best locksmith for those.
Sorry, repeat the question.
How would you solve the conundrum of playing different styles? Because everyone just wants to go just transition and only transition.
I agree with you. It's not going to work when we play Leeds. Leeds are going to come out and play us. They're not that Bielsa side anymore. They're Daniel Farke, who's a low team in the league specialist. He's going to sit back and try and absorb pressure. So how are we going to do that? Again, we're assuming by adopting only one style, we're also assuming we're only going to face one style, and that's just not true. I think that's the quick way to put it. So
It's also predictable too.
it is.
It's very easy because eventually the managers will figure out how to stop it, that one style. But if you can mix it up, yeah, that's where I think Doku and Cherky are the keys to the low blocks. And Nunes is also very helpful in those situations. Despite him being more of a transition player, I think his crosses are very helpful in trying to unlock a low block.
I mean, Pep's played so many different systems even when he's been here. I mean, in his first season, we did this like weird 3-back thing with like Sane was a wing back at times. You had Fernandinho playing fullback and all that jazz. And then started the Centurion season, we played like the whole 3-5-2 with Jesus and Aguero, and that sort of got picked apart a bit after Mendy's injury. So we had to adapt after that. So again, then we had the false 9 year, we had the treble year where we played with more natural striker, and now the league's adapted again, and maybe other teams have sort of adapted to it quicker than we have, and that's something for Pep to figure out.
Also, something that might come in handy against a low block, which we are fucking terrible at, excuse my language, is maybe we should focus on our set pieces a little bit. Not saying we have to become Arsenal, but having a set piece here and there might help. We've been our corners have been awful. Have we even scored off a corner this season? I don't think so.
Oh, I think we scored off one against Newcastle. Don't know if it was a free kick. But...
Was it? Was that a corner? I don't remember.
I mean, Diaz
it wasn't off direct, like.
Okay, so we've scored one goal off a corner all season.
Liverpool.
That has to get better. Are we even trying these in training? I don't. It looks like they've never taken one in their lives. Sometimes
Can I just say, Mad Hatter's comment, and appreciate your comment. You buy cheap, you buy twice. Who do we buy cheap in the summer?
Ryan Cherky was cheap, but are we already suggesting that we need to replace it? I don't get the. Tijani was a good price, and Norton was a good price too. It's too early to get.
Who we bought? Well, we got Donnarumma cheap, but it don't mean we're buying another goal.
I think Donnarumma was a signing of the season.
Could mean past moves, not necessarily this summer. He could mean like Phillips.
But
Nunes,
that's what we did say. There was also a transition period in this. Is there similar facts as some fans got a little bit carried away and thinking we were off to win the treble again?
Mate, I tempered my expectations after Brighton. I guess some people didn't. Because the standards is now a buzzword that people love.
Alan, why do you keep putting the same thing in? About 4 times you put that in. Guardiola hired Linda, so I don't have any sympathy for him. He hired Pep Linders. So if he doesn't want him, why hire him? Sack him then. Two games without a win. What's happening? Oh, meltdown, mate. We're getting relegated.
Yeah, we're out of the Champions League too. Also, Arsenal won the Champions League tonight. Did you guys know that?
I think it's the treble.
I
Actually,
think that's not helping. I think because Arsenal are on
Chelsea
fire,
won it yesterday, and Arsenal took it from them tonight.
I mean, Chelsea's another one who took ages to build. And now I feel like they've gotten their recipe correct at long last. But again.
I think Chelsea still needs some more signings. They don't. Their center back core is terrible. Just because they're hot right now. Hey, do us a favor on Sunday, Chelsea. Come on.
Can I present a different point of the rebuild potentially? Is it possible that we were so good for so long that people put us in the class of we are now Bayern Munich of the Premier League. We are now Real Madrid. We are Barcelona. We are just going to be this good as long as we have these owners and this management system forever. And we are just going to always compete at all times for everything. And now that it's taken, last season was poor, and this season people are getting frustrated. People are upset that realization is no longer, it's not that easy to beat Real Madrid or Bayern Munich or Barcelona? Or is that possible that people feel that way? Because, I mean, for some time, I felt like we got Pep, we got these owners. Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to touch us. We're so good. We're so far better than everyone else. Is how it felt to me at times.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm responding to someone because I've now got people in the chat trying to dictate who comes on panels. The PSG. See, but I mean, it's a great point, and I was about to say that I do think there's a bit. Let me just take the comments on Danny's face. I do think there's a bit of an issue at the minute, and I think people have forgotten what we've done. And I mentioned this earlier. When we won the 100 points, is when we went in our proper Pep Guardiola dominate run. And we bought Kyle Walker, we bought Bernardo, we brought Sane, Edison, etc. But because they did it all in their first season, great. But we allowed them to build to trebles, etc. We allowed them to get to those levels. The problem is, for me, we're not allowing anyone to build to anything right now. It's like we've got a divine right just to go straight back to dominating the league again and winning trebles and winning doubles and everything else. And maybe this is just our reset period. Because I still think we can challenge for the title 100%. And I've said, you know, I was one who said I think we can win it. And it's not over yet, but we have to majorly improve and Arsenal need to start slipping up. Totally agree. But I feel like it is league or bust situation now. And that's
I think
where
people feel that way because of how good we've been. They just feel like we're Real
We've been
Madrid.
riding the gravy train for a long time.
But is that fair?
It's probably not. It's probably not fair because the Premier League is so much more competitive than the other leagues. Yeah. But in our fan brain, I'm sitting here like, I might see 10 more Premier Leagues in the next 20 years. Like, we're an incredible club. We are so much better and advanced in terms of the players we bring in terms of how the owners operate, and that feeling of like, okay, maybe we're not quite as far out ahead of the pack as we are. I think people don't like that and are upset that maybe that thought was wrong.
See, like Cal's put our standards in the mud. So what are the standards? What are the standards?
Okay, so we're one slot. We're what, in 9th on the Champions League table, which we have some of the easier fixtures remaining out of, I would say. So I don't think top 8 is abandoned yet. I think we're in 3rd in the Premier League and our standards are in the mud. I think a club like Fulham would die to be in the position we're in. I don't get the standards in the mud.
Yeah. But then again, like,
we're not Fulham.
You say
we're not Fulham. I agree with that. No, that's.
I mean, I'll tell you what my standard is.
If being 3rd in the table right now and one slot out of the automatic qualifier in the Champions League is in the mud, wow. Is this guy expecting an invincible Centurion, like super Centurion season every year? I don't know what his standards are.
What do we think the ownership standard is?
I don't know. Like Cage put here, to be the best, I think the standards are. Then.
Do you want to be the best in November or in May?
So what you're saying is league or bust.
November.
You're saying league or bust, and I get it. But so every time we don't win a league, we sack the manager and spend $500 million, is what you're telling me.
The Chelsea model. How good has that done them lately? When was the last time they won a Premier League title?
No, I'm just saying, I'm fine with it. If you want to sack Pep, but then you get company and he doesn't win the league in his first season, you sack him, and then we go to, are we just going to do that till we get to the title again?
I would guess the ownership standard of this club is they want to be one of the 5 best clubs in the world and in the race for the Premier League and the Champions League every single season. And if we are not doing that, they would say the season was a bust. It doesn't mean we win it every single year, but my guess is ownership wants us to be Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. And that's going to take a long time, I'm aware, but that's what that's how I would answer that question.
Everyone. Bayern Munich are a bigger football club than Manchester City.
Yeah.
They are. I would agree. We're
Yeah,
firmly in the top 10.
You're
I would
gonna
say,
hate.
in the
You're
world.
gonna hate me saying this. I don't think we ever eclipse Bayern. I really don't.
No,
I think
don't
people have got this idea that City are the biggest club in the world, and we're not.
You know,
We're
And
not
I'm
the biggest
gonna
club in the
win
world.
We're not
I
even
wouldn't
close to
say
being
we
the
are,
biggest
but
club in England.
I
was
would
gonna
say the goal
Not even
is
the
to
biggest club in
push
Manchester.
towards that. That's what Khaldoon would say.
No,
And
that's
maybe
fine.
it's
but-
unachievable, but that's what Khaldoon's
All right,
standard is.
right,
Surely.
So, Roger, my standards for a wife are Maya Jammer. Should I get rid of my current one because Maya Jammer's not here?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I like that analogy because you're already married, but
No, but this
this is like a
what-
He's
building
feeling
thing.
the pressure
you know?
on that one too.
No,
Can't answer that one wrong, right,
trying
Jack?
to make the point, but I don't. I think if your standards are win or bust, see, my standards are challenge. Challenge. That's different because I don't think you can win it every year.
I didn't
That's
say win
why
it every
if you look-
year.
There's only 3 teams actually defended the title: us, Chelsea,
United.
and who else?
United.
And United.
Mhm.
No one else has actually defended the title.
It's very
Liverpool are
difficult to
seeing
win it
how
every year,
difficult it
and
is
that's
to
not
defend
going to
the
happen.
title.
I would agree, but at the same time, the goal should be to win it or be right there every year. And it doesn't mean it's a failure of a season to finish 4th, but that's still the goal in my mind, is to win the Premier League every single season. And I that's what the owners will say. We play to win. I don't really understand any other sort of way.
So do Arsenal play to win? Liverpool not play to win?
I think Arsenal are much more patient than City fans are. They've been building for 20 years, but City have won the
That's
Premier
scary,
League.
by the way, to say that. By the way, that's shit scary. To say
I always said
Arsenal
that
can't
this
win the
season.
Premiership
Trust me,
title.
they've been a mess for the past 4 years.
When they've been
I'm very
having
good friends with
meltdowns.
one.
to
The guy's a
sack
mess all the
Arsenal.
time.
Well, I don't
That
mean the
scares me
fans.
to say
I mean the
Arsenal
board. The
can't
board
win
in
the
terms of their patience with a manager who hasn't won them anything since like whatever he won the FA Cup 19 or 20. Their patience is better than what a top tier club would be. If Arteta was the manager at Bayern or Madrid and hadn't won anything but the League Cup or the FA Cup, he would be sacked.
Mhm.
I think that's an unfair thing because the Cronkies only care about the Champions League money. They just want top 4 because they just want
No,
that
but
cash.
all right, then let's use Champions League as an example. How long has Pep been with us? Or how long have the owners been with us?
17
15,
years.
16,
17 years. Yeah.
How many Champions Leagues have we won?
Uno.
One.
So are our standards in the mud?
No, I wouldn't say our standards are in the mud because the Champions League is the hardest competition to win. And I know people say the
I
Premier
think
League
it's
is
easier to
harder.
win than the Premier League.
I know people say that, but I actually don't agree with that. I think the Champions League is harder to win than the Premier League because there are more teams capable of winning the Champions League than actually are winning the Premier League. Each year in the Premier League, there's 3 or 4 teams that can win the league. There's 20 teams in the league, and 16 of them have no chance to win the league. Whereas in the Champions League, you have maybe pushing 10, 7, 8 at minimum who can win it. I just think it's harder to do that based on evidence as well that Pep walked the Premier League
Sure.
4 in a row and he's won 1 Champions League. It takes a lot of quality to win the Champions League, in my opinion.
I disagree, but then again, like that's because I think over 38 games, you have to be the best team to win the Premier League.
Yeah,
but like
that's right.
as we all know, we all remember 2021. The best
You can
team
float
in
your way
Europe,
to a final.
the best team in Europe does not always win the Champions League. 2004,
Yeah.
best team does not always win the Champions League. I mean,
Chelsea.
yeah.
Chelsea
United-
wins a lot in
I
tournaments.
see that argument.
particularly.
Chelsea
Chelsea's the
Dortmund's
easiest
made
run
a
ever to
final.
that Club World Cup. They played
Tottenham
no one.
Hotspur got to a Champions League final.
Tottenham made it to a final. We've had Monaco make it to
I
a
am
final.
aware.
We've
I
had
get all
Dortmund,
those arguments,
Juventus.
but
Dortmund has actually won a final, believe it or
City,
not.
the
Yeah,
people
97.
the teams that win the Premier League are so far and ahead of the rest of the Premier League. That's why I think it's easier. I'm not saying it's easy to win the Premier League. It is very difficult. You have to have a fantastic squad, but there are more fantastic squads in the Champions League than in the Premier League, to me.
See, that's where I'm at. I'm with my dad on this. I can get his thing up. Premier League is a award of attrition. The UCL is a series of title fights.
Yeah.
I mean, they're different. I would agree they're different. But, I mean, Pep has won, 6 Premier Leagues? He's won 1 Champions League with us? I ask him which one's harder.
Oh, no, he will probably say Champions League.
Yeah.
But if you said to Pep, because the thing is, the one thing I will say, to win a Champions League, you don't always have to beat the best. When Liverpool
you just have
got
to get hot at the right time.
They fluke the way through. You get on the good side of the draw and you throw.
I mean, that's just knockout football. No one expected.
Yeah.
That's like
No one
saying an FA
expected
Cup
Chelsea
tomorrow. That's signing an FA
How many
Cup.
times did it take Messi to win the World Cup? You know,
A lot.
knockout
No one
tournaments are
expected
just different, you know?
Chelsea to beat Bayern in 2012 at the Allianz Arena in the final. No one expected Chelsea to beat PSG this summer. I mean, knockout football's random. I guess still less random when you have to play 2 legs. But again, it for me, much harder to win the Premier League. You have to be the best team. You do.
There's somebody who just will not stop going on about Pep Linders in the chat.
Yeah, it's because he's obsessed. See, even Alan agrees, and Alan never agrees with me. This my thing with the standards thing. That's all it is, because I get confused. I get it's everyone's thing, but we're still in the title race. We've not been knocked out of the Champions League. I get yesterday was poor, 1000%, and Pep messed up, and the players messed up. Don't disagree with any of that. But what is it people now want? If you want Pep Guardiola out, that's fine. That's your opinion. But who are you bringing in tomorrow who's going to win you the league?
I think Pep out is crazy, so I wouldn't
I
say
do
that.
too. I don't
Great.
buy it. I think people
He's
now
got too
just
much
want to
credit
win
in the
every
bank,
game,
like-
and if we don't win every game, it's a meltdown.
It's
I'm a little
different.
guilty
Like
of that.
the way European football works is so different than American sports. Like Greg Popovich of the Spurs was the coach for 25 years, and he basically lived off of 4 titles that he won very early on in like late 90s and early 2000s, and they were awful from 2014 on, and he just kept coaching there forever because he'd won so much, and they were awful every year. It's not exactly how it works in Europe. Like
They
in
lost Tim
soccer, it's
Duncan.
different. Right. I mean, like Pep has done so much that he's built credit in the bank, and I understand credit in the bank is not the same in European football than it is in American sports. Like Mike Tomlin of the Steelers has coached there for 20 years, and he won a Super Bowl in year 2, so he's still the coach. Like he just stays. So I still think Pep has the right to be this manager. Like he's done way too much for this club for us to be like, 2 bad seasons, or not even 2 bad seasons, 1 bad season last year, season maybe goes sideways this year, which I'm not saying it is, but it's just too much for me to sack him.
Well, you mean you say that, Cade, but didn't Arsenal get combined tonight?
Exactly.
They're partying. They won the Champions League.
That's what I'm saying. I think we just got to calm it down on what you want. I understand that just Pep needs to.
I mean, company is in his second decent year, and Kane already won.
Yeah.
So,
And listen, I think Company will be a great manager 100%, but he's Pep levels. He's out of the. I mean, I heard someone tonight call Pep terrorist football, a terrorist manager. Like, what are we doing?
The Company thing as well is like the emotional angle of it. People ignore the resume because of
oh
the
no, but
emotional
you know,
angle.
if company flops,
I'm not sure I trust this fan base with Company.
No, Martin. If company fails,
Yeah,
it's gonna
it's
be
too
why are
soon.
we? It's gonna be why are we so sentimental? Sentimentality has ruined this club. We've seen it already.
Yeah, I don't
No
want to watch
comment.
the statue get ripped apart.
We have the most predictable online fan base in the big 6.
Yeah.
We do.
It's not that.
I
and then
thought we
people
didn't
go,
have a
but-
fan base. I forgot.
Well,
Yeah,
apparently, this is
Mhm.
what I got. I wasn't at the game last night. People were all walking out on 60 minutes. Everyone was booing, and I get it. I get the frustration. Now, this is the thing. I know there was not a lot of. There was somebody, and it's their opinion. I get it. Who said I won't reveal them. They said if I knew that 11, I wouldn't have gone to watch it, and that's their opinion. But this is why then when I say, so what you're telling me is you want to watch us win everything, and that's the only reason you're there. Well, that's the definition of a glory fan, and that's fine. But then don't deny you're the glory fan.
I mean,
You
I want to
can't-
watch us win everything, but I wouldn't say I'm a glory
No,
fan.
but you can't get offended when you say you're a bit of a glory fan when you go, well, if that team was out last night, I want to go.
Well, yeah, that part I don't agree with.
I would,
do
That's the
I
bit I
would
don't
take it a
get.
ticket.
That's
Give
the bit
your
I don't
tickets to
get.
me and to Danny
You
while
know.
he's in England.
They were sat in a stadium last night, people full of half and half scarves.
Those need to be banned. We need to pull a West Ham and ban
Yeah, those are weird, man. Those are weird.
Do you know what I mean?
When it's a Manchester derby, I'm just like, why?
There was
Why
about
would you do
400
that?
school kids there last night who've got no interest in Manchester City or bloody Bayer Leverkusen. But that's what the Soriano wants to focus on. And that's fine. He wants to focus on the bottom line.
Soriano out. That's a joke. That's a joke.
It's just, Enrique's the best Pep successor. Fine. Are we going to be like United?
2 games.
Why are we going to be
It's
like
like
United?
drop points to Spurs. I don't know. Is Enrique the man?
Our owners are 100 times better than United, Carl. Come on. You know that. And that's, am I going on Saturday? Yes, I'm going on Saturday. And I'm going to Fulham on Tuesday night as well. See, call me fake now, you bastards. I'm going to bloody London on a Tuesday night.
Full America, baby.
Evening, lads. How we doing? I'm going to
The
go and give
American
Tony
show,
Brown's
all right.
boys a slap around.
Mhm.
Do you know what's annoying is? If we win, and by the way, I will say this, have we left ourselves in a predicament in the league? Yeah, we have to win our next 4 games to be in the shout with the league.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, we have to win our next 4. So, yes, there is pressure now. But yesterday was poor, but people, and this is the thing, I have said Pep was shit last night. I've said the players were shit last night, but because I've not thrown my toys around the room and I'm slammed out and I'm screaming at the top of my voice, people will say that I'm not saying the shit. Me screaming is not going to make me feel any better. What's that going to do? And it doesn't achieve anything. What I want to see on Saturday is Pep learning. And by the way, one thing I will say, Pep said last night straight away, that was on me. Sorry. Because he will protect his players. But Pep said straight away, he said, I took a chance, it failed. That was the first game lost for Bayern this season. He's been great so far then, lad. For him, that's fine. No, but my point is, if we'd lost at Arsenal in the Champions League, some of our fans would melt down. This is why I said the other day, this is why I'm trying to get the standards bit, because the standards to me at the minute feel so unrealistic. We've got to win every game. We're not going to win every single game. We are going to lose games. So I don't know what the standards are. Sack Soriano.
To win every game. And to win every trophy.
Soriano then. The one thing I will say, Soriano for the way he treats fans and the way he treats the club as a money, I agree. But he doesn't have a massive input on transfers. That's a Biana job.
I think Biana's
did
going to be the
more
breath
day
of fresh air too. I think he has a plan. It's obviously going to take him a little time to implement it, but I believe in that guy. Bring in some physical midfielders, please.
Well, you said you paid so much for it. I'm going to Brentford in the Carabao Cup, BB. So I'm not expecting the first team in that.
You might see some of them though.
Martin, is the fans at the Etihad on UCL now? It's becoming worrying. Yes. To a point where there was a meeting yesterday. I'm trying to be careful because I can't go into it too much. There's a concern at the moment. There's a concern. I'll be blunt with you. There's a concern of why we're building an extension when we won't fill it.
Let's just sell the hotel to ourselves, right? For PSR.
Because what they're saying is
No.
we're not. We didn't fill out last night. By the way, there was a lot of empty seats last night. So why are you building a 6,500 extension on top? What you said, well, what they're hoping for is then if we've got to win all the trophies to keep that stadium full. That's where I'm a little bit worried. Stephen, thank you for the £5, mate. Kelster, we haven't won anything yet. Don't you do that, you. You've been gloating for 3 weeks about how great you are and how invincible you are on it. I know you're only bantering, mate. Not
Hey
allowed
man, enjoy that Champions League trophy.
Down.
Winning your first one's great. It's the best feeling in the world.
Yes, we're looking good at the moment, but I'm staying level-headed. And I've said if Arsenal win the league, I'll congratulate. I think that's some of it, I think there's a massive fear in Arsenal winning the league and the reaction that will come out.
But my question is why? Is there really any reason to hate them outside of like party and the whole social media?
I have a legitimate reason because I have a bet with an Arsenal fan and I don't want to pay him.
But again,
outside of Arsenal fans.
Outside of social media, are they really
that worked the first time. I got a free shirt out of it. He bought me we made the bet in the treble season.
Don't you start that, Briggsy, with me, because I'm going to Fulham and you're off to Palace and Madrid. By the way, Brig, I'll speak to you. I am going to do a space afterwards. I wasn't going to do one, but I am. But I've been learning how to lock some people out of it. I ain't Soriano out due to Savinio. What he's doing to the fans is simply despicable. That's why I'm Soriano out, yes. I can't judge Biana, but what I've been told is Biana wants to make moves in January. Well, Danny, I'm going to come to you. Has the market caused a lot of this? Because again, people are saying when we saw Mahrez, KDB, you got to remember when we bought KDB and we bought David Silva and we bought all the other ones we bought. What was our maximum? 60, 50 for some of them?
I'm awful at transfer fees, but.
I think Rodri was 60, wasn't he? Mahrez
KDB was in the 50s.
Yeah. If you want to go and replace them, what are we talking right now? And who? Elise is what?
80
that's the question. Who? We're saying say no to project players, but who is there? And don't say Elise because it's just not going to happen. So are we going Semenyo or bust then?
Elise.
Again,
I would go for a Semenyo. I'd be thrilled with Semenyo.
But if he goes Liverpool, then
Semenyo would fit our system.
If he goes,
I think he'd just be more like Marmouche.
Is this what I mean? Adeyemi.
I like
Njai. People just to say people now.
I think we need an engine in the midfield, and I'm back on the Morgan Gibbs-White bandwagon. I like Elliot Anderson too. I've only watched him a couple of times though.
Yeah, sure.
Morgan Gibbs wants somebody nasty. Because if we had Morgan Gibbs-White, I've said this a bunch of times, so I'm going to repeat myself. But if we had Morgan Gibbs-White at Newcastle, he's taking someone out. He's going to be nasty. I think we
but that's the thing that's annoyed me. I talked about Morgan Gibbs-White in the summer, as many of you know on a space. Me and Dash got ripped apart left, right, centre, up and down, diagonally. What are you doing? We don't want that English bum anywhere near our football club. He's crap. What are we doing here? And now people go, should have bought Morgan Gibbs-White.
You know who ruined it was David Ornstein, because he said that we wanted Morgan Gibbs-White to be the Kevin De Bruyne replacement. So as a 10, no. As an 8, absolutely. So thanks a lot, David Ornstein.
But again, look at all like the best wingers in the world right now. How many of them were projects at one point by the club who bought them? I mean, I'm sure everyone in this chat watched Bayern today. How good's Leonard Carl? He came straight out their academy. I'm not advocating for the academy, but I'm just saying clubs don't buy established wingers as often as you think they do. Clubs grow wingers.
He was cooking MLS.
Exactly. And Esteval as well. Like, he's completely found his feet. Did Chelsea buy him off of Real Madrid? No. So again, I don't know what people think the market is right now or how the market works. It just doesn't work the way people think it does. It's Elise, Semenyo, or bust for people, and I can almost guarantee we're not signing either of them.
See, so. I'm going to be honest.
Speaking of 150 million, Elise, what did he do tonight?
I'll be honest with you. I think Fabrizio destroyed Savinio with all this. Tottenham are willing to bid. They want to bid. They're going to bid. That's all we got in the summer. Someone's going to bid. We'll bid then. And before anyone comes back to me, because I'm going to hit you with a little bit of fact now. Before anyone comes back to me right now, and you'll remember this, Kels, because it's your favourite guy. Everyone says City said no, they weren't going to sell him. Do you know RB Leipzig told us on 5 occasions Josko Gvardiol was not for sale at any money? Why do you think it took so long to get done? But guess what? Manchester City still put the bid in to test the resolve.
Can I respond, Martin, to that? Is it fair to say that Leipzig are more of a selling club than we are, and we have more buying power to sit there and say no, and clubs will listen to us than Leipzig do as a club? What if Leipzig ever won?
Yeah, sure,
I mean,
that's fair.
If Josko wants to move, he's gonna.
Yeah.
They'll sell him. Like,
are you telling
sorry
me Sabino? When Pep
Also,
says,
Danny, if you want
Adeyemi,
Adeyemi, Dortmund are a selling club too.
I don't want
I like Adeyemi. Great.
No, all I'm saying is, if City were open to the move, I think it would have happened. But City were very not open.
That's your opinion, though. But I mean, I'm not Rajat then. So, if Sabino,
I'm saying people don't buy off of us.
We're told by everyone Sabino wanted to move. If Sabino had gone to Pep and said, "I want to go to Tottenham," do you think they'd have stood in his way?
By all accounts, Soriano said, "Doesn't matter. We're not going, no matter what. We're not dealing with Daniel Levy." So if Soriano didn't block this situation, this hypothetical situation, maybe it would have happened. I don't know. I'm saying there is, in my mind, to me, based on all the reporting that we got on it, if Soriano is not, have this vendetta against Daniel Levy, I think Savinho goes. It's not the same as, approaching a club that sells for their turnover. That's what they do, like Leipzig. Josko is one of the best up and coming center back prospects in the world, and they told us, "Oh, we're not selling him." Yeah, right. We're City. We're going to buy him. This is how it goes.
Who needs to go to jail?
Well, somebody mentioned a player in the chat that should probably go to jail, but
I've come here for some therapy. Do you mind swapping managers? See, it could be worse. You could put Yusuf right now. He's getting slapped by everyone. I mean, you let 4 in against PSV. You are in the mud. Thank you very much, Tipush. Now,
that's the player who should be in jail.
Wouldn't be a bad shout. I wouldn't want Greenwood anywhere near.
No.
That is what would cause me to stop supporting the club.
Mason Greenwood wouldn't pass our checks, mate.
Background checks. Yeah.
Can you imagine doing the background check on him? No chance.
Like I said, I'd be out on the club if we did that.
Yeah,
I'd be out.
City wouldn't touch that with a basketball, mate.
I have too much dignity for that.
See, no, all right. Well, here's my thing on the wingers. Everyone wants, like, they're all saying Mason Greenwood, what Lee said, we want all these. I'm going to ask a genuine question now. And I know everyone's going to go back to Sane Sterling. Do we play with out-and-out wingers that would suit them? Or are we just going to buy a winger and bet him?
Why? Well, if you want a winger to invert him, you got one sitting on the bench that we already paid $60 million for. So why would you buy another one? Did you need a friend on the bench?
No, but this is what I'm asking about the wingers part. So I'm not saying buy this player, buy that player, but where are you playing them? Or are you hoping Pep's going to play the style you want to see?
I would not buy Semenyo for that exact reason. I don't think he would fit our system at all. He'd just look lost. Because Bournemouth play very differently than we do. So I don't think that. I think it's clear that Pep's not going to adapt to the player. The player should adapt to Pep, and I don't see him.
Savio destroyed Savio. How? How's he destroyed Savio?
No. We'll just say Semenyo's performances this season have not been that great.
Funny.
Okay. Don't say academy close to Matt, and he has.
I don't think the academy players are anywhere near ready, and also our fans would abuse them. So no point. Why are we playing with Ryan McAdoo? We need to sign ballers, mate. It's like that's why I've eased off on the academy stuff a bit, because our fan base isn't ready for it. Our fan base is not ready to give them time.
See, look, here we go. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Our wingers are weak. Remember Sterling, Mahrez, Sam. That was 10 years ago. Why was no one saying this when we won the treble? I
do think it's fair, though, to say we do have a winger problem. I would say it's fair. I'm not going to sit and say, remember the good old days when we had those baller wingers. But I think it's fair to say, as a position
that's
group,
what I'm asking. Does our system and our style suit wingers?
I don't think it
Well,
does.
I don't know. I don't know.
Look
I mean,
at
I'm not the
Doku.
person
He's
to ask.
touchline.
Because then what you're asking, Raja, and I don't mean indirect, but indirectly you're saying you want a new manager.
No, I am saying.
No, and I don't
I
mean that as
believe-
you. I don't mean you. I'm
Okay,
talking about
yeah, fair.
the style.
As far as like our transfer policy, whenever people say like, "Oh, the market's dead. Who do we go get?" I am a single person. I only watch Manchester City, really. I honestly don't know enough to say, "Oh, there's this dude over in Portugal playing in the second division that is going to be a baller." I'm not Danny. I don't have that knowledge. However, the Man City scouting network that we have, they have all the information. They can scout every single club in the entire world. So for them to come to the conclusion that there's no one, I don't buy that. There are people out there. I may not know their names or can pull them out my head like that, but there are people out there who are either a project who eventually will become fantastic or who are fantastic now and we can buy and improve the squad. I firmly believe that. But if they hire me, I'll be that guy. I'll be that guy. I'll go find him.
Thank you again, Stephen, for the $5, and I'm coming to you, Simo Sups, in a minute. That's the thing, Martin. I've only been able to gloat for 3 weeks in 22 years. True, but no, I actually think you are favourites this year, mate. I'm not going to lie. Simo Sups, thank you for the 23 months, mate. Appreciate your continued support. Means a lot, that. I mean, Cage just put change formation and foot wingers.
Get ready-made players. Fuck the academy. Who, Cade? Who? And give me a scouting report on them, mate. You can't just throw names out.
Yeah, who are we?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, this is my thing, right? Let's add this up. You want Elisa? Elisa's what? 130 minimum. Yeah.
If he even wants to leave, which he does.
If he wants to leave Bayern, right? Who else? Elliot Anderson. They're looking at 90 million there. So that's 210. Then you want to buy what? A right back? You don't want project players, so you want Livramento. That's 80 to 90 million there. You're basically saying you want a Liverpool style thing. Gerard Bowen will not leave West Ham.
I mean, we're just saying anyone at this point.
He's not going to leave West Ham, Kobe. He's made it public he won't leave West Ham. I can have patience with guys like McCass and McCado, Reagan, Husky. The question is, will they have the patience?
Yeah, no,
Oscar Bob's not got the patience. You think they will?
I'll say based on whatever Sunday, whatever. I'd go for Livramento.
I don't know. I'm with you, Danny. I don't know what people are wanting to buy.
I think people should be able to trust that the Man City Scouting Network knows who to buy and they are open to that. Just because I don't have the names or the chat doesn't have the names, I don't think it's fair to say there's no one we can buy.
Are you taking the piss? You're taking the piss now, Bells.
Who's Spence? Jed Spence? Oh, no.
DJ
Are
Ed.
you taking the piss? Have you watched Tottenham?
I think he got lit up like a Christmas tree today by PSG.
He also got lit. I mean, did he even play at weekend? Did he play on Sunday?
He played today. They got
he played today.
They got hit for 5 today. So if he played today.
Yeah, he played on Sunday as well at the Emirates. Behave. What we doing here, Jed Spence? A Galactico window worked out for Liverpool, right, guys? I don't think it's Galacticos we need. And I don't think it's project players. What we need are the ready-made players like your Kyle Walkers. That ilk of player.
We need some engines.
Ready-made.
We need some scrappers.
But the trouble, I mean, Adam Wharton's 100 million. We're going to have to spend the shit.
Good players are expensive.
Yeah, the market.
I'm not convinced Adam Wharton's the guy.
I don't know.
I don't know enough names. Who's coming out with these names here? Spence Benwa. He's okay, Martin, surely. No, he's not.
No. What do you mean, surely he's okay? Mate, you're the expert here. You're the one who suggested it. Sell him then.
Everyone's crying for Baleba. Baleba's been awful this season.
Go and get Gustavo Sarr. I think Beta's
he's brought this guy up before.
Have you finished your argument?
I finished sharing my point of view and my difference of opinion. Yeah. Yep. Worked out.
Did it end well?
Yeah. All civil, just difference of opinion. You know me. I like to just offer a different way to look at things, and yeah, no, it was all good.
Well, I'm enjoying it.
I'm going to listen to the replay of that one. Patrick, like,
We're
why'd you
signing
come on?
Jeff Spence and Boeing 300 grand a week. Gerard Boeing 300 grand a week.
Wow.
What? Jesus, I'm going to get a gig here if we're chucking that kind of money around. Keely said, we want anyone here. Just get anyone in, guys. So, I mean, I wish
To be fair, if Bowen was open to it,
Bowen's
you guys get
open to
Bowen?
it. He'd be a decent squad player. He's not a starter, though.
No, but Gerard Bowen is not Manchester City levels there.
He is coming off a bench, but not as a starter.
he'd be our best right winger.
Ouch. Yildiz
I
is a
think
good
so.
shout.
That's
I saw
right.
that come up in the chat. I like Yildiz. He's pretty good.
Yeah, Yildiz
No,
is fine.
Yildiz. Yeah, that's the show.
I want to leave Memento, man. I even though he got cooked by Tim Weah yesterday. But
Tim Weah.
shout out Tim Weah.
Mhm.
Tim Weah is just that good. No.
Yeah.
He looked really good. Livramento looked really good against City. So I would that's a name. That's a legitimate name. And I know Morgan's White, not a sexy name, but he's that nasty midfield engine that we need. And when I mean nasty, like he's not afraid to get dirty. He's not afraid to scrap. That's what we need on our team. We got a bunch of softies. Let's get a little hardness back into this team.
No, that's I think they will pay it for a certain player, Carl. They're not going to buy 3 players at under $1 million apiece. They won't do that. And the trouble is, the kind of level we're talking here, you're looking at nearly 3 figures. Adam Wharton, nearly 3 figures. Elliot Anderson,
He's not worth that. Either.
90 million. Elise is at least 130 because he hasn't got a release clause anymore. If we're going to do release clause, I'd rather go and get Musiala out for his £120 million release clause. We're going to do that game.
Really?
I thought it was like 175 euros.
Over Elise.
I'd have Musiala three times a week over Elise.
I don't think we're even remotely in a position to be talking about signing players from Bayern. Like,
yeah,
they are a tier above us right now, and I don't think they'd step down and join a rebuilding club. I just don't think they would.
That's harsh, Danny.
It's not harsh. It's just where the two respective clubs are at the moment.
No, but we can't look at football that way. If we looked at football that way, no player would ever go to United. No player would have gone to Liverpool before Liverpool became Liverpool. Like, there's players that look at, okay, here's what the recent history's been, and here's what I think the club will go to with me being a part of that team. Like, I don't think we should write ourselves off to any club. Despite how we look right now, I think we can go into the market and compete with each and every one that's looking to get said player. The reason why I kind of like made a face when Martin said he'd rather Musiala than Olise is because I think we have enough centrally. I think on that right hand side especially, that would be a game changer. That would be when we talk about the players of the past, everybody wants to bring out when we had Sterling, Sane, Mahrez. I think Olise falls within that. Everybody with their rose-colored glasses to be like, okay, that's the ready-made, come here and hit the ground running type player. This is the thing, and
positionally for sure.
I do. I agree with that, and I have not done this homework. I am up there in age. You can see the platinums. I forget a lot. I'm going to do the homework and look back to see what kind of squad did we have when Pep first came. What players did he let go? What players came in that second year? And so on and so on. Unfortunately, I feel the reason why there's so many meltdowns is because we think transfer window, we're off and running. Now we're back to winning troubles. We're back to dominating.
Yeah,
When it took a lot of pieces along the way to actually get there where we were all like super confident. Oh my gosh, I got a phone call. Damn. Sorry, guys.
That's a cute ringtone.
He came in, he spat facts, and then he left. You're on mute,
A
Mark.
part of it
He
as
hasn't
well.
left
Oh, sorry, I'm
is
on mute.
the
Pep's first
allure of
window
the
when he come
Premier
in.
League.
You bought Ilkay Gundogan. Yeah.
Baller.
We got Johnny Stones.
Hmm.
Who was the other one?
Was this the first one?
Ederson,
We got-
right?
Claudio
no.
Claudio Bravo.
We
No,
got,
the very first season.
We
Claudio
got,
Bravo.
we got Nolito, who was actually good in the league.
Nolito, yeah.
No, but he flopped for us. So it's
He
not
did.
just going out and
Yes, he
signing the
did
best
flop.
players. So
But,
signing money,
yeah.
go on. He was, 27, 28 when we signed him. So it's not just go buy the best winger in the league. Because he was up there that season. He had a very good season. And
He was up there, but now we have narratives like, oh, if he doesn't play, Pep doesn't trust him, or what. Sometimes a signing's not going to quite work out. But again, when we say give them time, we're actually showing them more grace to mean like, you didn't work out, ship you out. But this is where I'm really trying to the losses. Listen, I'm all over the place. I'm not finding my right words, but the way we lose our minds after losses. But when we have the wins, they're kind of just like, it's not sitting right with me. Our reactions to losses and our kind of like, we won type energy. It's I don't know what's happening with the fan base.
We fluked the win. We fluked the win when we have won. We fluked it. It's a poor team. I would agree with that. There's more energy behind
paper over
the
the cracks. That's the one.
Yeah, there's more energy behind the defeats.
I don't, and it's not sitting well with me. It's one of those where I hate thinking this way, but be careful what you wish for, because for the large portion that said Pep's done, he's not good enough, get him out of here. Okay, Pep's gone, and I'm not saying Pep is not able to have a fault, is not able to do things wrong. I did a show talking about the 10 changes was a madness, right? It was a madness. But if we think just getting the next manager is going to right ourselves to be like, oh, we're competing for everything again, where else have we seen this? Show me another club that has just sacked the manager and now they've been on a 4 or what we were able to do 6 and 7. Show me when they've done that.
Sorry, can I just suggest this comment for that second? How are we doing Glazing FC?
I haven't even mentioned Yashko fact checker.
Not critical analysis. So what do you want? Because I don't know if you come into the show late. We said we were poor. We said it was Pep's fault. So how are we glazing? You want us to throw things around the room to make it look a bit better? I don't know.
I don't know.
Explain what you mean by that, and we'll offer you a response then. If you think we're glazing, that's all.
No, you want me to start glazing Yashko?
No,
Everyone
no,
immediately
no.
hangs up.
What we're saying is, we've got 26 players. You want to sell players. Before we buy anybody, we've got to sell 3 or 4.
So we have to sell 3 players to buy 1? I don't understand.
We've got
that.
26.
We got to
You
clear
want
the
to buy
Ross.
3 players, so you'll have to sell 3. You'll have to sell 4.
Do they have to
You
be
did
sold or
mention
can they be
three
sent
solid
on loan?
names,
Can we do would loans work?
Oh
or
yeah,
no?
you can do loans. Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
just have to be deregistered
Yeah,
and
they
go
have to-
somewhere else.
yeah. So
See, I know Danielle is pushing this. Sat Pep. Yeah, I'll give you one. Roma fight their coach. High Gasparini in the top of the league in Italy.
Hey, you know what's funny? You know who their right back is? Certain Mr. Wesley. Scored at the weekend. He's played very well for them.
Oh, another player. nobody-
First?
but here's
God.
the
Steve's
point
gonna
that
be miserable on that one.
here's what I want us to be all be aware of. Okay, they sacked their manager and they're challenging now game week 12 in their league. Right? It's game week 12 or 13 for all of these leagues. Let's see what happens at the end of the season and what we're talking about in terms of being serial winners. That's the thing. Everybody, the quick fix, I get it. We're all on Instagram, we're all on TikTok, we're swiping. That's how we react to things. We want things instantly. But I think if we're looking to dominate, and the club has always had a long-term vision with regards to this, Pep's gonna run. Pep's got 2 more years. He's got this season and next. He's gonna be gone. You guys are gonna get your wish, and then we'll see who we assign next, and whether we're able to do this continued winning that's expected to just happen with a new manager.
Sorry, what? Who's going to get the wish? By the way, David
Pep
Mack,
Outers, according to Vader.
2 years, mate. Big up, mate. Thank you very much for your continued support, mate. My apologies, it was a little bit late. I did miss it. I I wouldn't be sure. It might not be everyone's getting their wish in 2 years, mate.
Wait, no. Don't, Martin. We're not going to do this. We're going to have the Pep outers. No, we're going to remind them. We're going to tell them Pep's gone in 2 years.
Right, I'm going to say this again.
No, you're not saying it. No, we're not changing. No.
Control the football club. Fans have to get this out their head. We don't pick the players. We don't pick the system. We're not on the board.
Pep's out of here in 2 years. I'm going to reinforce that and remind all the Pep outers he's gone in 2 years. You will get your wish. I'm not doing anything.
Vader's
I'm just
throwing
saying.
the party.
I'm saying he's out. Well, it's not going to be a celebratory stream, I'll tell you that. But it's going to be in recognition of what he's done for us since he's been here. But no, he's gone in 2 years. You guys are going to get your wish.
Daniele is going to be your first guest at the Pep out party. Yep. He's bringing the champagne. He's bringing a magnum of champagne.
I'm sure.
Profit will be right behind him.
I'm right here, Danielle. I've been solo on Pep Island. I'm a Man City fan, not a Pep fan. That's fine.
You know what? Actually, that being said, for those that do want Pep out, and I know some of the fallback is, or the default is, I'm not to decide on who the next manager is, but just so we can have the same energy or credibility, because obviously you can continue to rate our manager that happens to be here. Who is it that you want that's out there, so that we can put the microscope and see how they're managing where they are elsewhere in the world and doing what they do, so we can point out, oh, you know what, look at who they didn't sub in this game, or look at the rotation that they didn't do and cost. Let's have that energy.
Jesus, Pep is God. Who has ever said Pep is God?
Wow.
No one said Pep's God.
Jesus, Pep is God. That's actually funny the way it's written as well.
Yeah, nobody's right, Jack. You go and sort out what you need to do, mate. Big up. Go and give Brad.
Congratulations again.
Yeah. Dad.
Changes some dirty
you'll enjoy them Father's Days.
Nice.
Listen, I don't think anyone here is saying Pep's God, but no one's given us any options. The only option anyone gives is company. That's it. And then when we say, but then I ask the question, how long do you give Vinny company? This is me talking. I don't want to be a club who rotates managers every 18 months because we're not winning the trophies.
Same.
Because then we have become Man United. Then we are Man United now.
If it happens to be Vincent Company, this is going to be weird because, again, you're not wanting success.
What name did you give me, Danielle? Unless I missed it. Sorry, you carry on while I look for
I would want success after Pep, right? The next manager, of course, I want success after Pep. But whoever that next manager is, just know that is going to be trial by fire. That's going to be the most difficult life as a manager you're going to have, because everything, as fans do this already, because you're comparing current players to former players during the height, right? Everyone gets compared to our Centurion season. Everyone gets compared to the treble season. They're going to do that with the next manager coming in. So whoever comes in, I hope they got thick skin. I hope they know that it's going to be hell. And then whoever's after that and after that. But the next manager after Pep, that's a tough assignment. I happen to want it. So
Danielle come back with Fabregas. Is that not an even bigger gamble?
No. So what we do from now on, we look at Fabregas, we look at Nagelsmann, and we be like, okay, let's point out and see whether he's doing similarities to things that are criticized of Pep. Let's look and see whether he's doing things above and beyond what Pep is currently doing in terms of comparison. I'll tell you for a fact, I have just enough time to watch City games and a few rival games. But for those that want to geek out and nerd out as well, I'm sure there's criticism. I'm sure there's shortcomings. I'm sure there's things that need to be raised for a Fabregas, a Nagelsmann. So no manager's perfect.
Was that a bald joke, Daniele?
Yes.
He wanted yes.
Well,
I love
Harry,
how he signs every comment with Daniele.
But we're talking about it, Harry, because there are many who want Pep gone.
I can name some names.
There are many now, Harry.
I'm not going to, but
that want him gone.
Vader knows what I'm talking about.
No naming names. You can't do that. You can't do that unless they've been sent the link. You can't name names.
But exactly, and because that's the bit that annoys me, because I've had my name called out indirectly on certain shows lately, and just invite
that's
me
not
on
good
to
YouTube form.
talk about that.
It's not good YouTube form at all.
Yeah,
Just
I'm with
be
you. It's bad,
consistent
it's bad
if you
form
say
when
it.
you do that.
Whoever says it, just be consistent.
The thing is, many do want Pep out, and that's fine. That's your opinion. Again, it's your opinion, it's your voice. But there will be people who want Pep to extend and stay as well. Because this is what gets me. The people who say all this, get Pep out, get this player out, when there is an alternative viewpoint, they turn around and try and dictate to the other person. And what you end up with is, don't tell me how to think. And then the other person's going, don't you tell me how to think. Just disagree with them and move on.
Yeah.
We're too busy trying to tell each other how to think and what to do. You don't agree, move on. Many, many people disagree with me. That's fine. Don't watch. If you don't like
No. I'm stopping you, Martin. No. I know you're the host, but I'm stopping you. If you happen to disagree with what Martin has to say, it's important to actually watch to maybe see where the perspective's coming from, see where his point of view is. Because again, we all watch the game differently. Some are match going, some are watching on the screen. Some have the privilege of seeing replays and angles that aren't allowed to those that are in the stands, right? So when we come back and we have the convo, let's all just be civil about it. Let's hear the difference of points of view. We're all Blues at the end of the day. So if it was in real life, meeting at a pub, we'd have our back and forth. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, no, I see this, and then we move on. That's how it should be.
People aren't doing that, mate. And Harry, by the way, there's older Blues in this chat now, Harry, who go to the games, and they've said it's time for the change. There was people at the stadium booing. People walked out early last night who were at the game. It is building, Harry. I don't agree with it. And I think it's everything we kind of detested as a football club, but it kind of is becoming that way. I don't agree with it. See, this is part of the fear. We needed Pep to stop. It is the Arsenal win that's going to bug everyone more.
Exactly. Mate, if you're this obsessed with Arsenal, please get a life. There's so much more to life than hating Arsenal. Believe me.
There's this wonderful stuff called grass that grows outside. It's really good to put your hand on it every day.
Go read that Bernardo tweet. Read a book.
At the pub.
Hey, man, big up the pub.
Because they had a fight in the pub. I'm just confused. Why is it a debate after 2 friggin' L's, after records of glory and success? Be careful, Briggs, you'll get called a happy clapper. Be careful now.
We know people who do this almost after every loss. So,
you know what though?
Here's what's fun. But Bells, that's not something to be proud of, mate.
No.
Saying
that,
like,
the Avengers?
Proud achievement.
I'm gonna say this real quick, and I've been usually I try to reserve my agendas for Sundays, but I'm gonna do this right now. The agenda, the problem that's happening right now. Yeah, intelligent agendas. The problem that's happening right now is that if Arsenal win, it destroys so many of these standard narratives that part of the fan base have had, right? It destroys all of that. It destroys, you need to sack a manager when he's not succeeding after 2 years. You need to not continue to invest despite not winning trophies. You need to, if a manager's a novice, you can't appoint him. If players aren't showing it first year, you can't keep them on, right? It destroys so many narratives that's been crushed over there. So if Arsenal happen to win, then how are some of those fans that were throwing that in your face going to respond? What do they have left to say? Because everything that was not to do, Arsenal have done, and if they happen to win this league, what do you say then? There's many ways to win this league. And whether you want to choose to be investing long-term, which I happen to agree because I think it's more cost efficient, then so be it. If a manager's completely wrong, you get them out the door. But Arteta's going to ruin a lot of narratives. And yeah, we know the Arsenal fan base are annoying. But from an Arteta, Arsenal, their approach, that's what many fans are fearful of.
I hear it.
I still don't know what there is to fear. Again, It'll happen, and you'll be over it pretty quickly. I promise you. I really promise you. It's not that deep.
Yeah, listen.
We survived Liverpool in 1920. We can survive.
No, but you're not allowed to do that, Danny.
I don't care. I'm breaking the law then. I really don't care. I have a life outside of saying worry UCL to Arsenal fans. Again, I'm not terminally online.
I like that line though. That's a great
I'm
line.
not terminally online. Please, guys, there's so much more to life.
That's a great
All
line.
right, I've got a better
Remember,
question.
it's
Do
just
you
a sport.
trust-
It's not that serious.
Do you all still trust Pep Guardiola to turn this around?
Yes.
I can't believe I'm saying this after two.
Yes.
I'm saying this after 2 defeats like you're looking crazy, but carry on.
Oh, you know what? We say this now. I wonder if we say this after Leeds. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm gonna
I
want
tell you,
Pep.
we get, we
I'm joking. I'm
I am
joking.
I am leaving to another planet. I'm getting a rocket somewhere. I'm going on one of
joking.
Elon Musk rocket up to
Going to the belt.
wherever we're going.
I think, yeah, there's a lot of I guess lost confidence in Pep because of PTSD from last season. But I also remember many that said Pep wasn't good enough in the 4-peat season. Like I heard many saying, you know what he did in the treble, why is he showing so much favoritism or loyalty with regards to how we managed that 4-peat? It's a manager and players aren't robots. There's going to be some there's a connection where you think you can still go to the well and have players deliver for you. Pep's refreshing it, but it doesn't happen like a snap of the finger. Pep's been refreshing it, so I still have confidence that he's going to figure it out. I think he got it wrong. I'm gonna say this, and I was saying this 20 times over on the other channel. Pep got it wrong.
Thank you.
10 changes is not.
He got it wrong.
Yes. Yes. I called the lineup disrespectful. What more do you want me to say?
We're not saying he was right. So before anyone goes, oh, you're bumming, you're glazing FC, whatever. We have said Pep got it wrong. We said the players were crap. Yeah. The performance was unacceptable. People who travel 4 to 5 hours. But Simon, you know this, and I'm sorry, you're going to hate this. People were traveling 4 to 5 hours to watch us play Lincoln City, mate. I know that's going to irk everyone, but I'm sorry. The club has changed. Fans shouldn't, for me. When you choose a football club, you are there for life. Win, lose, draw.
It's a different time.
That's why we filled Main Road in League One. I'm sorry, I know that's old. I know I'm not saying go back to them days. What I'm saying is I can't, in my head, I can't process how we were all happy as Larry going, well, 35,000 against whatever. But now if we don't win games, it's a waste of our time and we're not turning up. Then why are we extending the stadium? Why are we having meetings with City Matters complaining about day trippers and Viagogo? Why are we doing all that then? Jack it in. I don't get, and this is where I'm confused. I get the club has changed 1,000%. I haven't. My love for Manchester City is the exact. I didn't fall in love with City for trophies. I love the trophies. I want us to win the trophies 1,000%. But if we stop winning trophies tomorrow, I'm not jacking my season ticket in.
Martin, let me add on to that. Real quick. We can see that everyone.
I'll go with Simon, by the way. That was me going off on a rant. It wasn't at you, Simon.
But I was just going to say, we all watch sports in a different way, right? Yes. Some, it's complete escapism. They're tied to the my club winning, I'm winning on that day. My club defeating so-and-so, I'm better than you. Some watch sports that way. Some watch because they want to see competition. They want to see who's going in for that 50-50, who does not back down to a challenge. And some watch because they want to see the tricks. Some want to see the skill, something that they're not able to do, but they want to witness it. I know we all ingest football in a different way, but what? Wait, what?
Sorry, that last comment just said go
what
get
about
Mbappe.
No.
Daniele, he's just trolling.
That's not happening.
Ugh.
But because of all those differences, I'm trying to get. I've gotten a lot better with the meltdowns or the disagreements with regards to football. But when it comes down to supporting the club,
If we beat Leeds, if we beat Leeds now, if we beat Leeds,
I just threw that out. I threw that out there. I don't. I honestly, if we beat Leeds, if we lose to Leeds,
Hey,
you know.
Hey, we lost to them in 2021 with 11v10. They had 2 shots, beat us 2-1. I still remember that game. It was an early kickoff. We had like 27 shots to 2, and we lost 2-1 at home to them when they first got promoted.
I think I
What a
slept in for that one.
What a game! Yeah. It was Stuart Dallas with a brace.
Danielle, you're doing revisionism now.
Who remembers that game? Who remembers Stuart Dallas? What a guy!
The reason I'm confident is we're never going to play that lineup that we did yesterday ever again.
Yeah, we'll never see that again.
Because it sounds like half of them are leaving. If you've been listening to the stream.
Right, can I ask a question, genuine question? Why is it okay for fans to feel left out when local fans do protest and you and many others by opinion, but when we speak about our current situation? Because that's totally different, Simon. That's for fans pricing being priced out. This is over results. This is very, very different. So when you say when is it okay for fans? Local fans shouldn't, and we should protest. But we weren't just protesting for local fans. We were protesting for all fans. This is where it got missed last season, Simon, for me. And me and Steve talked about this, and Dante even. We were protesting for Kelster, Danny, Vater. Why should Kelster or Danny or Vater have to pay £400 on Be a Go to come watch Manchester City? That's what we were saying.
Yeah.
We
were fighting for everyone.
You guys have done good work. It's only 12 quid for Brentford. I mean,
yeah, but we're not. We weren't. But it's not. It wasn't about the results.
Damn.
It wasn't about on the field. Again, don't. If it's about only winning and we only turn up when we're winning, don't build the extension then. Jack the extension in. Because what we're saying is we're not going to fill it unless we're winning. And that's been shown in the last 12 months. We're struggling to sell the stadium out.
We're struggling to sell the stadium out for UCL games.
Yeah.
Well, it's 60 quid a pop for that crap.
It's a combination of the price. It's also a combination of still getting to.
We got the prices down. The prices for Champions League were capped. They weren't going to be 8 quid anymore. They got capped.
Okay, fair. So then it's a matter of still more of the fan base wanting Prem than they do UCL.
We're not filling out every Premier League game right now, Bayer.
Does that change with the change of manager? Is that why they want manager out?
That's what I'm asking. Is it the boredom of the manager, the boredom of the team? Is it we're not winning? What is it? And this is the thing, City, you got to realise. When you are winning, everything come by yard will go great and everyone wants to turn up when you're winning. It's like the last game of the season. You know, when you are lifting the trophy, every bugger turns up for that one.
Yeah.
£3,000 for a ticket.
Yeah.
On a cold, wet Tuesday night and you're playing Burnley, they all got to turn up.
I would, but I'm just never there. So
Sorry, I know Danny had to go. But yeah, Danny had to jump. I know Vader's got to jump. We're going to end in 1 minute, Vader.
Yeah, might as well just end it. To the space.
Yeah, I will do a space, and we're back tomorrow as well. A space with the current mood seems just no. I'm going to do it in a civil manner. It's very civil manner.
Be
careful. People will not be allowed in. That's fine.
You got to be choosy. I'm just
what you want, dictator.
A great space is the host and its co-host. So choose wisely, and then you'll have a great space.
I'm only going to be listening. Don't worry. You don't have to ban me.
As long as you don't come in and start going.
Bernardo.
So start saying Bernardo. I saw you having a go at Bernardo. Bernardo's been fantastic for the last few weeks, and everyone went, Bernardo, he didn't even get on the pitch yesterday, and Bernardo got the blame.
I didn't blame him yesterday.
I don't know what Bernardo did yesterday, but he got part of the blame.
You won't have to hear any Bernardo slander tonight. Don't worry.
It's like Bernardo's been
I have to mandolin a bunch of onions, so I'm going to be crying in the background. I'm not going to
listen. I get it. I'm going to end on this. I understand people are upset. You are entitled to be. I'm upset. We were shit. Pep was shit. The players were shit. I can't make that any more thing. But let's not do 2 losses and all of a sudden sack Pep, everyone goes. Because that is a rebuild. You are totally rebuilding from the ground up. And the thing is where I will give Danny Ellis. Danny Ellis is prepared to wait 4 years if you get the new manager. Difference is Danny Ellis in the minority on that. People want to sack the manager because they think instant success with a new one. There's the difference. Yeah, blame the tea lady. Yeah, we're going to do it calmly, we'll do it patiently, and we'll do it. And you don't talk about people who are not in it. We don't do that. We are respectful. So big up. We'll be back tomorrow, 8:30. And I've got a simple question for you all tomorrow night. What are standards? What are standards? And we're going to talk about it all. But no, Vader Games. Vader, if you're there, do you want to give everyone a shout out? Or is he pissed off already? Vader. Hello. I think he's gone. Kelster. Oh, he's back. Hello.
My last show was discussing just this. 115, one question, 15 minutes. I talked about the changes. I did a match reaction, pure emotion afterwards. My next show,
He's not giving him anything.
My next show, Why Always Me. Look out for the thumbnail notification. Subscribe if you can. Love to all the blues in the chat and that have been watching. And yeah, Vader Games TV and YouTube. Thanks, Martin. Thanks, Kels.
Yeah. Big up. Go and show Vader a lot of love. Kelster, I know you've had Civil War tonight over on your lot.
No, I actually I didn't go on that stream.
No, you wasn't on it. They had the Civil War without you.
Oh, I don't know why, but I'm gonna go. I'm doing 4 streams tomorrow. So if you hate me, then don't watch any YouTube tomorrow because I'll be everywhere.
And listen, I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but we do things a bit more calmly on this channel. Doesn't mean we don't get upset. Doesn't mean we get all opinions are allowed. Just remember that. Please smash those likes on the way out because it's weird. Because I know when we've lost, because everyone goes down. By the way, very big up to the 15 people who unsubscribed since we lost last night. Thank you for that. We have 50. Honestly, we have 15 people unsubscribed because we lost. We've not been live for 4 days, and then they all unsubscribed because of me. Apparently, I'm toxic positivity. I haven't done out. But yeah, so yeah, please smash those likes, hit that subscribe. We're back in full force now. I've had a few days off. We're back tomorrow, Friday. We'll build up to Leeds. Leeds will do a post match, and then we'll start building up. Tuesday, Blues Down Under will be a good one because the lads will talk about Fulham, and then we're back stateside next week where we'll do the Fulham preview review. So loads coming up. Hopefully a show every single day. Big up, Kelster. Big up on the chat. I will see you all in about 10 minutes. Bye.